We talk about food, we talk about music, with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, Snacky Tunes.
You're the center and you're always free in every direction. Feeling safe enough to abandon the void, abandon zero, abandon noise. Quiet sounds picked up and dissected, all veins, shadows reflected. Try to ride on waves of activity in every direction. You're the center and you're always free in every direction. In every direction. In every direction. Direction. In every direction, still protecting the magic feather, holding tight to a supporting crutch, writing scripts on worn out letter, still waiting on a divine touch. Try to ride on waves of activity in every direction. You're the center and you're always free in every direction. You're the center and you're always free in every direction. In every direction. In every direction.
All right, you are listening to Snacky Tunes. I am one half your host, DJ Never Forget. Terry Diabolic will be on hiatus for the next 6 weeks as he has been hired on to shoot a new pilot for the Science Channel, which is very exciting. We can't give too much away about it because I don't know how pilots work in the world of, things that we are not involved with, but it's exciting for him. So we've got a great dedicated next few months of programming because we actually had to plan it out for the fall, so it wasn't like you get the food guests, I'll get the music guests. It's just it's going to be a little bit more professional. I think that's how we're going to approach the fall, with a little bit more professionalism than you're normally used to. But we have a great show today. I'm really excited. Later in the show, we will have Jose Gonzalez of Junip calling in to talk about the record Fields that's coming out tomorrow. And we also have Kate Blumm. Blumm. Yeah, one syllable.
Last time is for marvelous.
Yeah, last time from the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. No botanical, no S, kids.
Do not say botanical gardens.
Who will be talking to us shortly about the Chili Pepper Fiesta. But I want to give a big shout out to a couple people out there. Treasure Fingers, happy birthday, and enjoy your trip to Cairo, and to our good friend Clara Platter, who we'll see this weekend in Princeton. For those of you who've been following Punch's news, our single Feeling Right will be out this week. So please hit us on the Twitter, PunchesBK, to get all the information and to snag a copy of it and to get more information about the release. But before we get into the music side, let's talk Chili Pepper Fiesta. Kate, welcome to Snacky Tunes.
Thank you so much.
She just drove 3 hours from sleeping in a yurt.
That's right. I am fresh from the yurt right now.
What exactly makes a yurt a yurt?
Well, I can't really answer that authoritatively, but I can tell you that this yurt was basically vinyl on a wooden frame, and it had blinds, which I thought was really advanced, and 4 bunk beds, and a pretty killer grill outside. So we grilled a bunch of stuff.
Sounds that's not what I thought a yurt was.
It's sort of like all the fun parts of camping without any of the not fun parts of camping,
for city
I think.
people.
Right, exactly.
Like, I like the outdoors as long as I have my electricity, shower,
exactly.
fridge,
I know.
grill.
I know.
everything.
I'm from Manhattan originally, so there's only so far I can
pretty good,
go
though.
on the camping spectrum.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like a big leap.
I mean, it's you got to start somewhere. So Kate is the communications manager of the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, and she and I have been talking, and I wanted to bring her on because the Chili Pepper Fiesta is coming up in October.
That's right. I love this event. I've been at the garden for going on for just about 4 years, and for 4 years running, it's been my favorite event, probably because I love to eat lots and lots of different food.
Is this the only food event that you do at the garden?
It's really the only food-centric event. There's always food elements to all the other events we do, but this is the one that really revolves around food. And, for really good reason. I mean, the chili is one of the few food plants that is used literally around the world and has been for centuries. So you see it in Asia, in Africa, in the Caribbean, in South America, in Europe. And it's really hard to put your finger on another food plant that is as ubiquitous and kind of as beloved as the chili pepper.
So I've never been. So what would I expect? Like if I was like, I'm gonna dedicate my day, my October 2nd to this. Well, when I got there at noon, what would I expect?
Well, there's sort of two ways to look at it. It's either a really bitchin' concert with incredible food from ethnic cuisines from all over the world, or it's an amazing diverse food event with great music, for you to retreat to when you need to stop eating for 10 minutes. So it has these sort of two different angles that I think make it really great for everyone. What I normally do, I have to work, but if I didn't have to work, my dream Chili Pepper Fiesta would be to take a walk down the Feel the Burn section, which is where we have all these purveyors of different savory, spicy things like, Mama O's kimchi is going to be there, and Nuts and Nuts, which is Indonesian spicy nuts, and kind of all that savory stuff, and just kind of eat my way through it and buy a bunch of things, then go listen to a band, then go to a cooking demonstration by, Corwin Cave from Fatty Q or something like that, and then go to the chili chocolate section and pick up some, Mass Brothers Serrano peppers insanity.
Oh, Mass Brothers are going to be there?
Yeah, they're going to be there.
We're trying to get them on the show. I need to reach out to them, but I
think you need to grow a beard.
I know.
If you really want them.
I love, Snacky Tunes is run by 2 brothers. And our studio for Dinner at the Band is right around the corner from them, and I love seeing them just like doing their weird brother stuff
totally.
That only brothers can do that work together.
I know. Well, the reason why they participate, and I think a lot of Brooklyn chocolatiers and confectioners and chefs participate, is because the garden really gets down to a part of cooking that a lot of people don't think about, which is plants. There's been this whole craze towards, responsible and kind of humane, treatment of animals, and, where does our meat come from, and, stuff like that. But I think that people don't necessarily think as much about plants as they do about animals in some cases. And we love Mass Brothers because they roast their own beans, and they make sure that their beans, they think about the cacao. They don't just think about the bar, so that's the plant connection that we love.
There's that small documentary on them that's really fantastic. If you just search Mass Brothers documentary about, like, I kind of feel that too. It's like, yeah, if it takes 6 months for you to get a chocolate bar, it takes 6 months for you to get a chocolate bar, which I really appreciate. So that's amazing. And I really want to talk to you more about this, but I'm going to play a song. Great. I'm going to come back. Good. We're going to talk about this.
We're going to talk.
Very eloquent.
Thank you.
It's really nice to have an eloquent person. And I want to let you have this pizza before it gets
I really
cold.
want to have this pizza.
I know. I want to give a shout out though to our sponsor. New York City's Craft Beer Week is just around the corner, beginning Friday, September 24th, which is also the same week as the Fooding, who was on last week, and running through Sunday, October 3rd. To kick off the annual series, Whole Food Market Bowery is hosting a beer and food pairing event in their beer room. Oscar Blues is on tap, and Chef Jacques Gautier of Park Slope's Palo Santo is cooking up one of his South American delights to accompany. Food tasting goes from 5 to 7 and beer will continue to 9. With a craft beer week passport, get $3 off a 64-ounce growler. Ooh, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Meet Chef Gautier Friday, September 24th, and enjoy some special tastes on tap from the kitchen. Can't wait, craft beer week. I've never experienced that. Have you ever done that?
I actually went to high school with the guy who's sort of the engine behind Craft Beer Week.
This is actually how Manhattan people all operate.
That's true.
I've noticed. It's like
We're all
I've been
connected.
like, it's like, oh, I've never done that. You're like, actually, like, he kissed me on the. He was my first kiss.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you more off the air about what I think about it,
We're gonna
which
be
is all
right-
positive.
It's all positive. So you're listening to Snacky Tunes. We're your host, Finger on the Pulse. Big shout out to Roberta's, who's about to feed us, and to Jack Inslee and Rec Tech for making us sound good. This is an older song that I love so much I feel it will fit in well with Jose Gonzalez, who we'll be talking to in a little bit. This is Kickball and Sovi Island.
I'm gonna spend my summer picking cherries on Sovi Island. And when the season's done, I'll move on to plums. And when the plums are done, the peaches have begun. I'm gonna spend my summer picking peaches on the Sovi Island. I wish it was true. Wish, wish, wish come true. But we are different animals. There's nothing we can do. But I'm a bear too. I'm a bear too. I wish it was true. Wish, wish, wish come true. But I know that it's fantasy, and I won't follow through. I won't follow through. I won't follow through. I won't follow through. I know that it's fantasy, and I won't follow through. Huckleberry eater, I see you. Don't acknowledge me, and when I need to, I'll reveal you.
All right. Welcome back to Snacky Tunes. We have Kate from the Brooklyn Botanic Garden with us talking about the chili pepper fiesta. And we were just talking off the break about the connection that purveyors can make in this at this market. And I guess I was curious, do people come here not just to eat, but to meet other people and to like set up food relationships for restaurants, things like that?
Definitely. It's definitely become more networky in that way as the culinary end of it has really been beefed up. And it's, this event has grown and become more sophisticated on its culinary end as Brooklyn's culinary scene has grown and become more sophisticated. So in a way, it's a really good litmus test of what's going on in Brooklyn at any given time. I mean, we bring in people that you might not necessarily expect would be there to experiment with spicy flavors like this, where we have more than 10, like I mentioned earlier, chocolatiers and confectioners from the borough who are so excited that we've commissioned them to experiment with chilies and sweet flavors and largely chocolate. But we're also bringing in, People's Pops to do a really spicy shaved ice, which is going to be really fun. And, so I think that it's actually a great kind of clearinghouse for a lot of what's going on in the Brooklyn food scene right now.
That's really amazing. And the fact that it's been around for over a decade, I'm sure it's really evolved from just like a fun event to like a really look forward to kind of set the standard or the networking aspect, which I love.
Yeah.
I love events.
Yeah.
Well, so I love a
you're
party.
going to love this. I mean, I remember when we did the chili chocolate cabana, as we like to call it, last year for the first time, all these booths were set up kind of close to each other, and you'd see, different purveyors like throwing, bars like across, to one another, and talking and trading trade secrets for all I know. I don't know what they were talking about, but they're definitely talking.
Is there we know chocolate and the sweet side of it, but for like the heat lovers, which I think my level on 1 to 10 of spices, maybe a 4, probably really a 3. Where are you at?
I think I'm like 4, maybe 5 on a good day.
I don't know. We actually had Roberta's do our barbecue series, and they made like a smoked jerk chicken, and like the spice was so insane. I could feel it in like my solar plexus.
Well, I have to tell you that it is really insane how spicy some of this stuff can get. I mean, this year for people, there's a whole subculture called who call themselves chili heads, and their lives sort of are based around the practice of like eating
like the ghost pepper and
yes,
things like
exactly.
that.
So the ghost pepper is it's an Indian pepper. It's called the boot jolokia, and we actually have it growing in our new herb garden. So we expect.
Are you growing chilies that would be used in the festival?
It's likely, I think, that some of the chilies are going to be used. I mean, a lot of the people who we're working with from a food perspective need more than we can grow,
right.
But I know that we're going to have them on display for people to kind of look at, not necessarily touch. The boot jolokia is going to be available in 2 forms if there's anybody listening who wants to torture themselves. There's a guy who's going to be selling it in powdered form and flaked form, so you can experiment with that at your own risk. And then we have a chef coming from a restaurant in the city called Brick Lane Curry House. His name is Karthik Kumar, and he makes a dish that is so spicy with the boot jolokia that he has to wear a gas mask.
Oh yeah, I saw the special. I've seen the special or article on him.
Yeah, I think I watched a clip of some guy eating it. Oh yeah, it was on Man vs. Food.
Yeah.
And
yes, that's where I saw it.
Is that where you saw it too? And so Karthik was in the office the other day, and I was like, so are you going to bring the gas mask? And he was like, oh yeah, I have to. I mean, this is intense. So he's going to be doing a demo. So if you just even want to get within 10 feet of it.
I kind of feel like that would like ruin my day though.
Yeah, it
or like
who
that.
you
I mean,
are.
that's it. I mean, seriously, the smoked jerk chicken that we had, it was like people just sweating, and like that was it. You know, it took like an hour and a half, and it was in May, and I can still conjure up the feeling of that. So I can't.
Well,
I don't know. That seems just. I mean, but then I feel like it goes beyond what. I mean, it could be on a brick.
Yeah.
You know, and I could lick a brick and it would be like, oh, all I would taste is the spice, not some dirty ass brick.
Well, that's why that we think that chefs are so excited about working with us on Chili Pepper Fiesta, because for them, the riddle is, how do we get the heat in there while preserving the flavor, not only of the chili, but also whatever else they're cooking. And that's why we have people come in who do incredibly creative things, because they want to try and balance all those flavor profiles in one.
I would agree. Like, that's the thing for me. It's like, how do I get that, like, back of the thing, but it's not just like
kill yourself for no reason.
But then that's all you can taste. Like I said, it could be anything. Well, I want to thank you for joining us on the show. Let's get down to the details.
Yeah, let's do it.
How do I get there? Where do I get there? Just give it to me.
I'm going to give it to you. It's October 2nd. It's from noon to 6. It's $15 for adults. It's free if you're a member of the garden, which is really cheap. It's $50 for a year membership, which is free admission. Nothing. So if you're going to pay $15 to go to Chili Pepper Fiesta, you get to skip the line if you're a member too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's definitely got its fringe benefits. And there are things going on throughout the day, so you don't have to come at any particular time. You might want to check our website, which is bbg.org. If you have a chef who's going to be there who you particularly love, they might be doing a demo at a certain time. Other than that, just come on down.
It's only noon to 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a good...
Yeah,
it's a good after, and you can also walk the gardens and try and sweat out some of that. I mean,
it's so much better than eating something incredibly spicy in like a claustrophobic restaurant somewhere. It's like,
and for those of you who have not been to the garden, it's beautiful.
We want to see you there.
I will be there. And great. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks so
we are
much.
not rushing out anyway. You still got a pizza.
I do. I have like 5 slices left.
I know. I still got this sandwich. we have Jose Gonzalez calling in about 10 minutes
Great.
to talk about his new record, which drops tomorrow. Very excited
Very
about that.
exciting.
For Junip. He is part of Junip. So we're going to play a Beach House song and then a song off the new record, and we will be back with him on Snacky Tunes.
your keys. Only hold till your coffee warms. But don't hurry, speed.
All right, we are back on Snacky Tunes, and we are happy to be joined by Jose Gonzalez. Jose, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Snacky Tunes.
Thank you.
You are in LA right now. You just played KCRW?
Yeah.
Great. How are things going for promo for the new record?
Yeah, everything feels really, really good. We've been rehearsing a bit with Unit. We've been at home and sort of preparing for the touring that we'll be doing this autumn. So yeah, this is the week when the album is released. So we're very excited.
And this album has been a long time coming, correctly?
Yeah, we're a really old band. We got together 12 years ago, but the album are all new songs. So I guess 1.5 years we've been working on this album.
That's amazing, and it comes to tomorrow. It's called Fields, and I'm happy that you're on here today. You know, I just watched the video for Always, and I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about the video and the main character in the video itself. The dancing, the air guitar instructor, and where you found him.
Yeah, the video is directed by Andreas Nilsson, a friend of ours, and he's directed many other artists. And he found this dancer. He's a contemporary dancer from Finland, very well known, apparently. And so he thought that he could be the sort of magician that helps us out to become great air guitarists. And yeah, apart from him, there's also Hot Licks Kulahan. He was the air guitar world champion in 2008. So he's also in a video. He's the guy roughing out, showing us all the right moves to do.
Yeah, it's a really great and I think a very unique video in like a very kind of simple way.
Yeah. For us, it was very surreal to be up there in the north of Finland and at the World Championships. And actually, in order to play on the big stage at the finals, they asked me to be a judge at the air guitar final. So I had to learn what to look at and how to give them the right score when they were performing.
So you're now an expert in air guitaring.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I know obviously that you've had a big solo career, and I'm curious about this food. Our show is a lot about food and music, and I'm wondering, is there meals that you like to eat on the road that are solo meals or meals that you kind of save for the band? Or is there a different approach you have to on the road and eating habits depending on which act you're performing as?
Sorry, which meals to think about depending on which city or no?
No, depending if is there when you're going out to eat by yourself, when you're just on the road for your solo stuff versus being on the road with Junip. Is there different things that you have to discuss eating as a band, or things that or how you eat on the road?
I don't know yet. It's been. Most of us are vegetarians, so it's probably gonna be similar. Yeah, I don't know.
What are some of your favorite places to eat while you're out on the road?
Actually, I think Thai food is always it's a good way to that you're always gonna get decent Thai. Like the worst Thai is still pretty good.
Right.
And depending on which country you're in, like in Great Britain, the best thing to eat is Indian. And yeah, so.
We always love to know, when you go on the road, what's the last thing you eat before you go on the road, and then what is the first thing that you eat when you come back home from being on tour?
when I'm back home, it's always nice to come to the where I'm at right now, actually, at Hagabion in Gothenburg, where they serve really good.
Hi, I think we just lost him. I think I just said that the connection was lost.
Jose?
Yes.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
It's probably my phone.
It's the internationalness of this show. We take everything we can with it. So I just pulling everything back up. 1 second. So you were talking about Thai food and traveling on the road. Do you cook at all? I've heard a little bit that you're a bit of a foodie.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy food. I don't cook that much myself. I'm not home that often. When I'm home, my girlfriend Yukimi Nagano, she loves cooking, so she usually cooks a lot. And also when we're rehearsing with the band, we share a rehearsal place. Mm-hmm. So, most of us are vegetarians, and there's one vegan guy. So most of the time it's vegan cooking, and they do it really well.
What's a good mid-rehearsal dish to eat, like that kind of recharges you but doesn't bog you down?
I think our favorite is rice and like green curry with tofu.
Oh, delicious!
Yeah.
We
with cilantro and
we just had Kate on from the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, who's on for the chili pepper fiesta. What type of spice guy are you? Are you like really spicy, not so spicy? What do you think you kind of fall on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think 7.
You really like it really spicy.
I like it really spicy, but not when it gets silly. So probably 8, 9. Then it gets too spicy for me. So I've gone to some Thai restaurants where they have like normal, medium spicy, spicy, European spicy, and Thai spice. And I think I usually go for the European spicy, so it's still spicy but not silly.
I've never heard of Europeans. I mean, I guess because I'm based in America. But what is European spicy?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's probably just a grading they have so that the Europeans, or at least the Swedish, don't lose their heads when they're ordering. When they say they like it spicy, it's not Thai spice. So.
Got it. And is there anywhere in New York that you love to come and eat at when you come through here in November?
Oh yeah. Like whenever we go to the States, it's always we're so happy because of the Mexican food. You can't get it over here, so that's always really nice. Like with refried beans and. I mean, I eat fish, so I'm, what's it called? Ceviche. I love ceviche.
Oh, yeah, me too. Well, there's some great places that we can make recommendations for when you come here. I know that you're busy, and I just want to thank you for your time. Field is coming out tomorrow, and you will be in the States in November, playing at one of my all-time favorite places in Philadelphia at the World Cafe.
Yeah.
And
I'm really looking forward.
Yeah, well, thank you for being on Snacky Tunes. I look forward to seeing you in a couple months, and congratulations to you and the boys on the record.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right, everyone. So once again, Jose Gonzalez from Junip. We apologize for the technical difficulties, trying to bring you as wide array of guests, and sometimes that kind of gets in the way of a smooth show. But I think us and the engineering team handled it pretty well. So big shout out to Jack and Rectex. So I'm going to take you out with just a bunch of music today. Glasser, Beach House, Iron and Wine, and then we're going to close it out with a track off the brand new Junip record, Fields, which is out on Mute Records tomorrow. So if you've enjoyed the songs today, I would highly recommend going out and picking up a copy. Thank you for listening today. Once again, I am one half of Finger on the Pulse. Terry Diabolic will be out for the next 5 weeks as he shoots a new pilot. So I hope you bear with me as I kind of do the one-man show here. It really is a two-man person job in the booth. So I appreciate any type of forgiveness that you might give me. So thank you again to Whole Foods. Make sure to check out their event on September 24th at their Bowery show for the Craft Beer Week, which starts at 7 and from 5 to 7 with beer going till 9. You can get great deals and meet Chef Gautier from the restaurant Palo Santo. We will be back next week with a new episode of Snacky Tunes. See you then.
That's how she knows that God made her